everybody. We're live and crocheting. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's how it looks so far. We're doing the Catherine wheel stitch, as it's called in the book that I got the pattern from many years ago. The stitch pattern, that is. This is just expanding on that stitch into, excuse me, a blanket. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lots of clusters and increases for this one, but it looks really cool when you use 2 or more colors, and you can carry the yarn up the side, so there isn't a million ends to weave in. Anyway, if you're just joining, welcome, welcome. I hope you'll stay for a while, hang out. Wasn't live last week because I was busy catching up on House of the Dragon. And I also just did not feel like it. It's been another rough couple of weeks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, last week on Sunday, I just wasn't feeling it, and then I had a funeral Monday evening, so really wasn't feeling it. And then my check engine light came on again on Thursday, and it's like, oh, can't win. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks really good. Thank you. Thank you very much. You like the design? Thank you. 4. Here, just so I know which way to turn it. One, 2, 3, 4, yarn we're using 2 skeins of Bernat Baby. Can't remember where I put the yarn, but it's a DK weight. And I'm using a 3.75 millimeter hook. 4, 5. Been very productive today. I got a video edited and posted. I got a reel set up and posted, or a short, or a TikTok, what have you. That'll post later this week. I'm live. I've been working on this blanket. I made my muffins. Was gonna do some filming, but just don't have it in me to sit there and worry about lighting and angles and stuff like that. We're just gonna sit here and crochet. And complain about my life. Mostly my car. Because it's a magic beast that knows when I have money. So then it demands the money. You love to crochet. That's awesome. So do I. Obviously. 4, 5, 6, 7. 3. 2. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. 3. 3. 5, 6, 7. Just powering through this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a lovely Sunday afternoon here in Pennsylvania. And by lovely, I mean dreary and rainy and hot and humid. Three, 7. 5, 6. Anyway, if you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, subscribe, hang out for a while, stay, chat. What are you guys all crocheting today? I have a craft show coming up this coming weekend on Saturday, but I gotta get my car fixed first. So also got my laundry done today. Now I'm gearing up for the new school year to start next week. I'm gonna have such a small class this year, it's not even funny. But, I mean, had a big class this previous year, so it'll probably be nice to have a smaller class for a change. I know the last time I had a class this small was 2021. I'm a teacher, by the way, if you're new here. Six. You know, it seems like everything I've worked on live streams for the past few weeks has had a 6, 7 in it. Gotta love that brain rot. Can't help it that I need to count out loud and everything's done in multiples of 7. I'm gonna finish this row and then I need to post on my Instagram story that I'm live. I've been neglecting my Instagram for a while. One, 6, 7. Almost done with this row. Then we're going to switch to the purple again. 4, 5, 6, 7. Boop. Oh my gosh, is that the sun trying to come out? It's been raining on and off all day today, so nice to see the sun trying to come out. Alright, there we go. Another row of this done. Woohoo! Try and avoid getting all tangled up here. Okay. Right now, what am I doing here? 1. Okay, we're doing a cluster again. Hold on a second. Oops. Yeah, I forgot to add some height there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Started off on this row. Hey Leah, good to see ya. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. I'm tired. It was a week. It's been a couple weeks. Again, I just can't catch a break. Got the tire all fixed, oil change done. And then the check engine light came on Thursday, so I'm just ready to go run off into the state game lands and become a bog witch at this point. No, I had a funeral Monday. Last week, a former student's father was killed in a really bad car accident. Or 2 weeks ago. And the funeral was Monday. I went. So. Yeah. And it happens along the same stretch of highway that I take to get to work every day. So, like, I drive past, I'm like, oh yeah, I know somebody that died here. So I've been going a different way to work, which is longer, but I have to psychologically. And then my check engine light came on Thursday. And it's not flashing, so it's not an emergency, but I gotta go deal with that tomorrow. It's like, I just got a brand new tire and an oil change. Now what? Haven't been the happiest of campers, which is partially why I didn't go live last week. I just figured, no, I'm just gonna sit and spend the day catching up on House of the Dragon. And not interacting with people, so. But I was able to get a video out today. I think Sunday is going to be my new video posting day, just because I don't have much time during the week to edit videos, so. What with the new school year starting up. But it's a short work week this week. I have a craft show this weekend. New school year starts next week. I have a very small class this year. Yeah. Yeah, so. I mean, I still have to go into work Friday, but it's an in-service day, so I can just pop my headphones in and do lesson planning and cleaning and prepping without anybody bothering me. No kids. And my birthday's in a couple weeks, too. Just sitting here like, ah! Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, how was your week, Aaliyah? You mentioned you had a long week, too. Found a hole in her femur. Ow, that does not sound very pleasant. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Ow, and your femur too. That's the important one. hospital the entire week. Didn't want to be alone. My mom's been with her all week. I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope the hole in her femur gets better. It's annoying that this should be fine once they biopsy, so it's been the main cat nurturer duty. But Adonis is thrilled. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, where did I put my coffee mug? It's a little late in the afternoon for caffeine, but I don't care anymore. Speaking of cats, yesterday was Guinness's birthday. He turned 16. Got him some catnip mice, some treats, and some fancy feast. And he was loving the fancy feast. Excuse me. Excuse me. He's cool as cute. Blue sits on the counter looking out the window waiting for Mom to come back. When will my mother return from war? Well, glad Adonis and Blue are doing okay. Oh gosh, last weekend I went back to Michael's for the first time in forever. I don't even know how long. Because I was working on another baby blanket that I forgot to take a picture of before giving it out as a gift. Oops, oh well. And I was using Big Twist yarn as the accent color. It was like a scrappy blue blanket with the navy color in between. It was kind of like stained glass. I'm back to sleep here on Friday. Blue didn't know what to do with herself. She's had her lap time. All the cuddle. Aw, that's sweet. So I ran out of that color, but I still needed to finish, and I was like, oh no. And Joann's is gone. So I can't get more. And then I'm like, wait a minute, my Michaels has Big Twist yarn. So I went to the Michaels for the first time in forever, and they had it. And then I went to check out, and it was my usual cashier, and she was so happy to see me. And she was like, oh my gosh, I was so worried about you. You haven't been here in forever. I said, yeah. My car is a magic beast that detects when there's money in my bank account and then demands to eat it. But yeah, it was hilarious. And then it finds out, small world, because one of my coworkers at school works part-time at Michael's. Yeah, very relieving they had the yarn. So I just bought them the whole stock of that colorway. It was the navy. I was able to get the blanket done with all the same color. I didn't have to shift gears midway. But their stock of Big Twist is quite limited. I know, the Michael's in my hometown. I'm like smack between two Michaels. I usually go to the one in my hometown, but there's another one that way that usually has a better stock, but the parking lot at that one scares me, so. And it makes more sense to go to the one in my hometown because I still work in my hometown. And my parents still live there. So. But one of my coworkers works part-time at Michael's because, you know, teachers don't make enough of a living. Everybody's got to get a part-time job. But yeah, turns out they know each other, so I was like, well, if you're ever worried, you can just ask so-and-so because we work together during the day. So, but yeah, as you could see if you saw my unboxing day video from today, I kind of had fun with it because at one point I said, hey, I got a raise at work, I can start buying yarn again, and then it just cuts to all these different pictures of things that have gone terribly wrong for me. With a clip that says famous last words. Oh wow, we blew through that. Wow, we've been live for a half hour already. Wow. Wow, it's 3:42. Wow. I was going to try and go live earlier, but then I just got completely sucked into TikTok. And I just kind of let it happen. I was up late last night anyway. I didn't go to bed till like 10 o'clock, which is late for me if you're new here. I was up late watching the original Law and Order. Because I got a Samsung TV, and it comes with Samsung TV Plus, which has a bunch of different live channels, and one of them is just a channel that's nothing but the old original Law and Order episodes from the 90s. And I've just been binge watching that when I'm not watching House of the Dragon. Watching Law and Order while crocheting. Because what else is there to do when you're a middle-aged woman? Tired from a long day of working with children. I'm done with being live, I'll probably do that. Throw something in the microwave for dinner. Maybe I'll make a pie for dessert, because I found out, you know those cheap banquet pot pies you get at like the dollar store stuff? Well, it turns out they make dessert pies too. And the local grocery store had a 10 for 10 deal on the dessert ones, so I've got 10 mini apple pies in my chest freezer just waiting to be devoured. So that will probably be dessert tonight. As for dinner, I don't know. Maybe we'll just skip it and go straight to the pie, because there's no law that says you can't have pie for dinner. If I want pie for dinner, that is my right as a free American. Anyway, if you're just joining, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I may also check the weather radar really quick. Because if it's not going to rain in a little while, it might be a little, never mind. Big old thunderstorm headed right towards me. Oh well, I was going to say, let's hit that and get some laundry out on the line. Because my electric bill has gone up so much that I'm like terrified to touch the dryer, lest it go up another $30 million. So I've been line drying everything, but it's been raining off and on all day today, so I can't line dry everything. Every day I turn more and more into my grandmother, the one whose ghost taught me to crochet. Guess it makes sense. My dad's mom, my grandma on my dad's side. She was a prolific crocheter back then as a way to deal with her anxiety. Sound familiar? 6. There we go. I'm tempted to put Lo-Fi Girl on the TV right now. Problem is I don't know if my internet can handle me being live and also having something on the TV. Because I have the cheapo plan. There goes somebody on an ATV. Hurting for some odd reason. It's too quiet in here, so we're gonna try and put Lo-Fi Girl on the TV while I crochet and stream at the same time. So now let me show you my new ADHD friendly house hack. My TV remote is on a string attached to the wall. Because I'm insane and will probably lose it. So I've got my TV remote and my VCR remote. Because I'm old and have a VCR. Attached to the wall. Bought a whole kit for it and everything. Why is my brother's YouTube logged in on my TV? It should just be mine. Why is mine and my brother's? Whatever. Right. Seems to be streaming and filming okay. Right. So there's your life hack there. If you've got ADHD like me, just duct tape your remote to the wall. Or, well, I have it on a retractable line. Right then. Woo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Four, 6, 7. Anyway. Anyway, if you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, subscribe. Hope you'll stay in chat for a while. Been live for almost an hour now. Six, 7. Two, 3, 6, 7. It's funny sitting here listening to Lo-Fi Girl while I'm crocheting, because I used to listen to Lo-Fi Girl in the later years of when I was in college to get through study sessions. Wrote my undergrad thesis to Lo-Fi Girl. God. Started that like over 10 years ago. Let's go have an existential crisis now, shall we? Anyway, if you're just joining, welcome again. Three, 4, 6. It's 4 o'clock. That's my clock. It meows when it's every hour on the hour. Yup, I made it in. Lo-Fi Girl graduated last year. Wow. Meow. Yup, that is TV. Oh, wow. It looks like I missed a bunch of messages. Okay. For relief, they have the yarn cars turned into a cash-seeking missile. It's been a cash-seeking missile since I paid it off a few years ago. Love apple pie. Nope, not at all. Totally doesn't sound like... Yeah. Yup, I got logged into the TV. Meow. Yup. That meowing is my clock. It meows every hour. Go on the hour when there's light shining. Yeah, I got logged in on the TV. As for how my brother is logged in the TV, I have no idea because he hasn't been here in a few months. He hasn't been here since I got the TV, so. I got the TV after 4th of July, and he came 4th of July weekend to visit, so. Bizarre. Also, if Lo-Fi Girl graduated, why is she still studying? Did she go to grad school? Don't take your work home with you, girly pop. It's probably how I'm able to go into year 9 of teaching, is because I refuse to bring it home with me. Well, I try to refuse to bring it home with me. I'll bring my planner home to write down notes when I get the ideas, but... I just remember this channel called Chilled Cow appearing when I was in late into college. With lo-fi hip-hop beats to study, too. Don't know the lore, but I know you can play it on live streams on YouTube, so that's why I listen to it. Sometimes I just need something in the background, but I can't find anything interesting. So, there you have it. Excuse me. Gosh, speaking of college, my friend Emily is going into her last year of her PhD. And she asked me, she's like, Gracie, you ever think of going to grad school? No. Too old for that now. Six, seven. Problem is that using these big honking skeins here, they're just rolling on the floor, but they keep rolling under my recliner and it rocks, so they keep getting stuck under the recliner and it's really annoying, but whatever. They're too big to pull from the center pole, so don't feel like dealing with that. Four, five, six, seven. I gotta figure out what to do for dinner tonight. Other than pie, yeah. Maybe I'll make a chicken pot pie along with the apple pot pie. I did cheese and crackers for dinner last night because my nerves were shot. And I was too tired to deal with turning on the stove, so cheese, crackers, salami, and fruit. A grown-up Lunchable. It was quite delicious. Hi, Alyssa. Good to see you. We're working on a baby blanket today. This was actually a commission. One of the caterers at my brother's wedding last year is having a baby. So they commissioned me. I'm which is nice because business has been so slow. Small world, yes. But yeah, business has been incredibly slow lately, so. I mean, granted, I haven't really been posting or being a very good content creator. It's been a summer of blech. But I'm hoping that whatever's going on with my car, we get it fixed so that I can go to this craft show in New York, and then maybe business will pick up a bit. And then I know I have a show at the end of September here where I live. So. Excuse me. Excuse me. Four, 6, 7. Anyway, if you're just joining, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all having a lovely Sunday. Six, 7. Five, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right into this row. This is such a nice yellow. I love how this is turning out. I just really like this stitch. Love it. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the show. Purple and white are those linked hearts. It's actually purple and yellow, but I guess the camera angle and light, it does make it look purple and white, but it's actually yellow. No, this is the Catherine wheel stitch. It might need to be blocked a bit to really get the look of the wheels, but yeah. You guys okay? I initially got it out of this book that I bought when I was very early in college. What year did this book come out is the question. Crochet Stitch Dictionary. No, I was in high school when I bought this book because it had just come out when I bought it. Anyway, yeah, this is the stitch. Catherine wheel. Very nice, yeah. I was... No, wait, what year is that again? No, I was in college, that's right. It's that year. My first year of college when that came out. And I actually, you can tell it's like permanently stuck on this page because I liked using this stitch so much, but I could never remember the numbers for it. And so it's like permanently, when I shut it, marked at that page. Anyway. But yeah, we're working on a commissioned baby blanket today. It is very soft. It's one of the Bernat Softy Baby Jumbo DK. The label's all the way over there. And I don't feel like moving to go get it at this moment, honestly. But it's very soft and very nice and very colorful. My flute is no tangle fingers and such and such. Yup. Basically. Very nice. Yeah, I see people make baby blankets with these lacy designs, and I'm like, they're gonna get stuck. It is light yellow. but it looks kind of white on camera. Depending on the light, it looks like an off-white, but it's obviously yellow in person. If I remember to take pictures of this one, because I've forgotten to take pictures of the last few baby blankets, because I'm a bad content creator. Only one cup in, too, so yeah. Yeah, I think after I finish this cup of coffee, I'll be a whole gallon in for the day. Which probably isn't helping me out with everything that's been going on lately. You could also screenshot the stream. I could. And then just do my photo editing magic to balance the colors out. I'm just so out of the habit of taking pictures of my finished work lately because brain's been on fire and gallons of coffee is probably not helping, but for a brief moment in time it makes me feel better, dang it. Speaking of making myself better, maybe I can convince my dad to buy me dinner tomorrow night after I get my car back. Because, oh yeah, Chris, you missed me complaining I'm having more car trouble! Again! Yeah. So what was it? It was like, what, 3 or 4 weeks ago my tire exploded? And then I was out over $200 for that, and then I needed an oil change. Maybe I could open a take care. Yeah. But then I would have the little gremlins actually like in my house. And I always say, I love babies, but I don't want one in my house. No, but like I had said earlier in the live, 2 weeks ago, one of my former students' father was killed in a really bad car crash along the same stretch of highway I take every day to go to work. Monday was the funeral. I went to that. Traffic has been horrendous getting home. The commute has been horrible this whole week because there's a major interstate north of here that's been under construction. So what a lot of people have been doing, a lot of the trucks have been doing, is getting off the interstate, cutting through my sleepy town, and then going around and back up to the interstate. So traffic has been horrible because they're only allowed to go 20 miles an hour along that stretch of highway. So it's been taking me a good hour and 15 minutes to get home. when it usually only takes me like 35. And then Thursday, I get stuck in a horrible traffic jam, and my check engine light turns on. So, goodbye money. I take it in tomorrow to get looked at because it's not flashing, so it's not an emergency. It's a schedule an appointment instead of get towed to a shop. Yeah. The problem is everybody out here commutes, so they would be in my house forever. All day. No, in Pennsylvania, I would only take babies. It would be 1 to 4. But my house would not meet the it's too small to meet the requirements for the state. You have to have so much space. And like, my front door is right there. And the wall is right there. So, and the only bathroom is upstairs. So, my house would not fit any state licensing requirements. And everybody around here commutes like I do, so yeah, I know there's one childcare, there's one daycare in the next town over that way, and they're open from like 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they're not that great to work for because you could barely keep a staff that would want to stay that late. Because, I mean, I don't want to be staying at late work until 8 o'clock at night. Head over 92, hard to get personal times at night. Yeah. And it's hard too because, like, if a parent was super late and you called CYS, they'd be like, well, they're safe at your house, so we're not taking the kid. Whereas at the center I work at, if you're more than like 45 minutes late, we can call CYS and they'll take the kid. And then you can go home. Otherwise, they'd be like, well, this is a safe location, so. I know for the new school year, it'll be interesting where I am because they decided not to raise tuition this year. Instead, they're going to offer a cash discount. Whereas if you pay by check or with cash, you'll get a discount. But they steeply increased the late fees. Because it used to be like $10 a minute for the first 10 minutes and then $20 a minute for the next. But they increased it to something like $25 a minute. Because we were starting to run into an issue of some parents would be like, oh, the late fee is just how much it costs to keep them there after hours. Instead of don't leave your kid here late. Yeah, well, we were really starting to run into that problem. And it wasn't even parents that were like late getting out of work or stuck in traffic. They'd like get off work and go to the gym. And then come rolling in like 45 minutes late and be like, well, that's just how much it costs to keep my kid here after hours. And we were like, So. I'm like, yeah, I get that you want to go to the gym, but it's not fair to the people that work here. So, very steep increase. That, and plus, anybody that gets stuck there, they have to pay overtime. And that's expensive. That's why they always sweat bullets when I get overtime for a week, because I'm one of the higher earners because I've been there so long. I'm going into year 9. Every hour of overtime, $32. So, I'd be like, oh, an extra $32? No, thank you. I mean, yeah, that would be nice, but my sanity, no. Excuse me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 7. So, now that I think about it, I should probably ask for some overtime to help with the car. Especially considering I just got a $100 oil change and a brand new tire. Now I gotta get whatever this is fixed, and I still gotta get through inspection in October. 7. Six, 7. What time is it? No, 4:30 already. Wow. Almost 4:40. God, today went quickly. This weekend went by entirely too quickly. Awful. Six. 7. Be quiet, tablet. Keep saying software update ready to install. Go away. I'm busy. Gosh, I actually got a planning period earlier this past week. And then my laptop decided that would be a great time to download updates and take forever. And I was like, just about lost my mind there. Three, 4. Run out of storage is how I miss out on phone updates. Yeah, I haven't updated my phone in a while, but that's because I've got an iPhone from 2020. So I'm like paranoid about updating it. Oh, what do you want now? Severe thunderstorm watch near your location in effect until 11 p.m. Which means tomorrow morning there will probably be water in my basement. Yes, I missed the home button. I had the iPhone 5S all the way up until 2020, and then Apple forced me into an upgrade. Because I use mobile deposit for everything, and the app I used was like, yeah, we're not going to support this anymore. And then Apple refused to do any more updates on it, and I was like, ugh. So I got my current phone just before the world shut down. I'm on my uncle's phone plan. And then every couple months he's like, you want a new phone? I'm like, no, it still works. He's also been like, oh, all your car problems lately, you should just get a new car. I'm like, with what money, old man? You go and buy it for me? I bought a house instead. Besides, for all the issues my car has been giving me lately, it's still in good condition, and it's paid off. Yeah. Yeah, no. And I don't want a new car because it's fine. I mean, yeah, the check engine's lights on, but can't really blame it for the tire issue because that was the tire, not the car. And this is a non-emergent thing. It's the code it was throwing. There's something with the turbo boost, so instead of going 0 to 100, I can only go 0 to 60. Which is like, I don't even really care about that anyway. And that's just because of an old, something is old and cracked, and if you just swap that part out, it's fine. Like, the engine itself is fine, the transmission's fine. I mean, when the tire exploded and the roadside assistance guy came to help me, he was like, dang, this is a good condition for a 10-year-old car. And I also just don't want a new car because I've had that car for 10 years. I'm bonded to her. Not going to get rid of it just because the electronic components are starting to fail. I'll just get the new electronic components. I mean, every issue that I have had the past couple years has been not been worth just getting a new car. It's been like an electronic sensor here or there, new engine spark plugs, which you have to do on a brand new car if you drive a lot anyway. It's all just been like regular wear and tear stuff. And I'm mostly proud of myself with it because I've had that car for 10 years and I don't even have 100,000 miles yet. So yeah, everybody's like, just get a new car and I'll run into the same dang problems. Because it's wear and tear problems. Heck, they'd be more expensive to fix on a newer model. 6, 7. It's getting dark pretty quick. Oh, yeah, because it's almost 5 o'clock, so. Ooh, some ugly looking clouds. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Chat, I think we're just going to finish this row off and then say goodbye because some pretty ugly clouds are coming in, so I'm going to have to go batten down the hatches. So let's finish this row off and say goodnight. Well, that's my aunt calling, so I'll have to say goodbye, chat. I'll see y'all next week.